Hey you guys, I just wanted to give you all a quick sneak peek of our new student gradebook for the 2020 school year. This is the one that I share with you guys in your students' Google Drive folder. And it's where parents can input data to be included in the Epic gradebook. So anything that you guys do at home can be put into here and used as credit. Okay, so the first thing is that your student's name will be up here, and then that means that you guys can add, edit anything that you need to make this individual to your child. So anything that you change will only change on your child's gradebook. That's important to know. All right, so down here at the bottom, we're going to see some tabs, and the first two are attendance and calendar, and then you have your subjects. Okay, so we're going to look at the attendance tab first. So Epic is asking that all students have 75 attendance points this year. So what we're going to do is these are some choices that you have. I can add more later. If you guys think of anything that might be missing, let me know and I can add it in here. So these are some of the things that you could get points for. Let's say that you've already submitted your child's picture to me so that I can put it in the gradebook. So you can choose that. Give yourself 1 point for that, okay? The other things, homework help, orientation. So all students grades 3 through 12 have to do the orientation, and then 1 homework help lesson as well this year. So if you do those, you can give yourself a point each for those. And then you can't use the orientation again, but if you do multiple lessons on homework help, you can give yourself a point for each of those. And then we have the Epic Essentials. So no matter what combination of Epic Essentials that you chose for this year, if you log in once every day, you could choose that, and at the end of the week, just give yourself 5 points for that, okay? And then we have our weekly meeting with the teacher. So if you're one of the students that meets with me every week, then you can give yourself a point for that. If you meet once every 2 weeks, you can give yourself a point for that. Study hall. So study hall is going to be a new feature for our class this year, and it's just basically an open Zoom meeting. So anybody, if you need help, you can log into this meeting and ask your questions, and I'll help you. So this is really nice to have this year. I'm hoping it will be every day, but worst case, it might be maybe 2 or 3 times a week that I'll have this. But that way, we're not having to schedule, you're not chasing me down to schedule individual Zoom meetings. You'll just have a place to go if you need help, and it'll be at a certain time. So if you attend a study hall session, you can give yourself a point for that. And then we have, of course, field trips. You can give yourself a point. Parent or student contact. If you contact me with a legitimate question or concern or some sort of check-in, you can definitely give yourself a point for that. And then other, if you choose other, if there's something that is not included that you feel like your student can have a point for, which is very, very lenient, very flexible, go ahead and give yourself a point. And then over here in the blue, type in whatever you're giving yourself a point for. Okay? So then the calendar tab, we're going to have like the date of the meeting, and then some notes. So whether it's a weekly meeting, a monthly meeting, an IEP meeting, anything like that where you're meeting with me, then we'll put it in here. We'll make some notes what it's for, give you the time, and that way if you're not sure or if you might have forgotten something, you can log into this screen and check on it. So if parents can update this too. So if there's something that I miss, because I have 50 kids, you guys can plug these in here too, okay? The next tab is for ELA, which stands for English Language Arts. So unlike last year, This screen is only for English, and this year it goes straight down. So we'll start with week number 1, okay? And it's the week of September 8th through 13th, okay? That's what that means. So we're working down, and we're going to fill in our grades only the colored boxes, okay? And I'll show you why at the very end. So the first thing that we're going to grade ourselves on is Epic Essentials. Now, this is not a daily grade, this is a weekly grade, okay? So here is our weekly goal for minutes in, say, freckle reading, okay? So our goal is 150 minutes. That's only 30 minutes a day. So if we work our 30 minutes a day every single day of the week, we can give ourselves 100, okay? Now, some parents or some students may choose to work 3 days a week and, divide that by 3. So that's what, 50 minutes a day, 3 days a week. You can do that. It doesn't matter as long as you have 150 total minutes for the week. If you do, you can give yourself 100. If you get between 140 and 149, only give yourself a 93. Okay, so we're going to pretend we did that. We missed it by a few minutes. So we're going to give ourselves a 93 there on the first week. Okay, now let's go down. These are some of the things that I might choose to do at home. If I do like a quick vocabulary review, let's say, for 5 minutes a day, I'm going to give myself 100. So what is a vocabulary review? It's basically going over English terms, like what is a noun, what is an adverb, what is a verb. Those kinds of quick things. If you can do that for 5 minutes a day, just very quickly, give yourself 100. So I'm going to pretend that we worked for 4 minutes a day on that. So I'm going to give myself an 80. And let's say that I'm giving my student a spelling test. So I will have a list of 10 spelling words for each grade level this year. And you take the test, maybe on Friday, you make an 80, you put it there. Let's say that you had 5 worksheets. You did 1 worksheet a day. Now you're going to take the average of the worksheets, okay? So I might average that at a 90. So you're adding them all together and dividing by how many worksheets you have, okay? So I'm making this up, so 90 there. Let's say I log into vocabulary and I do a couple of lessons that week and I average a 90. Maybe I make an 80 on one and 100 on the other. That's an average of 90 for that week. And let's say I don't do any ReadWorks or a no red ink. So all the grades that I have this year, this tab or this box automatically shows you the average that you have for English for the week, which is amazing because I'm going to take this average. Now I'll round it up to an 86, but I'll take this average and be able to put it in the Epic gradebook for that week. And I'll give you percentage points on that too for your pace. So that's really cool, very different from last year, and a lot better. I think it's going to work a lot better. Okay, then we have reading and writing. It's basically the same thing. You're going to have that every week, except for the entries. So we have a journal. So if you keep a journal and you do 3 entries a week like you're supposed to, give yourself 100. If you only do 2 entries, automatically that's a 67. Doesn't look very good, does it? And then 1 entry is an F. That's like a 33%. So be honest here, guys. And you need to get those journal entries done. Same thing for independent reading. If you do 30 minutes a day, you can get 100. 20 minutes a day is a 67, and 10 minutes a day would be a 33. So those are your only 3 choices. Let's say if you do 15, that would be a 33. Okay. All right, and then sentence writing, I put in here just kind of as an example of something you could do for a grade. That would be like making either a verbal sentence or a written sentence of your spelling with your spelling words. Okay, so whatever grade level you are, you can do that. And then down here, I can use this average as your reading and writing grade for EPIC. Same thing with math. We have EPIC Essentials again. I've added in worksheets. Math facts. So math facts should be a quick review that you're doing every single day. 5 minutes really is goal. It's not that long, but it adds up really quick. So math facts could either be things like the traditional flashcards, either online or paper ones that you buy or make. It could be the online extra math. I can sign you up for that. Or it could be something like iExcel if you're doing just quick math fact practice of any type. Now you can use multiple types even. But if you can work 5 minutes a day, every day of the week, you can give yourself 100 for that. Okay, and then again, we have vocabulary review. So those are math terms like sum, product, difference, dividend, quotient, just depending on your student's age, grade level. Whatever, if it's pre-K or kindergarten, you could call it a digit. What's a digit? So if you're reviewing those for 5 minutes a day, give yourself 100. Okay, and then science, we have vocabulary, vocabulary. You can go to the science tab on vocabulary and find age-appropriate videos. And at the end, there will be like a quiz, a 10-question quiz. So that's what you could use for this grade. Worksheets. And then if you decided to do experiments or projects with your child, basically those would be hundreds, right? If they're participating in that, then give them 100. But I'll take your science average from there. Social studies, kind of the same thing. I added in here states and capitals and presidents. So again, it's kind of like math facts if you're doing flashcards. If you're just learning cool facts about states and capitals or the presidents, I think iExcel has a good state and capital. They have good state and capital lessons that you can do. So as long as you're spending 5 minutes a day, you can give yourself 100 on those. Okay, the only tab that you cannot touch is the teacher only tab, and that is just my formulas. This is where I can add stuff in to make our gradebook better. So if you guys have any questions about the gradebook, please ask. And if you have any suggestions that I might be able to put in here to make this better, let me know. Also, if you would like to edit yours, like this may be okay for like a 3rd, 4th grade student, but maybe it's not appropriate for pre-K. So if you need to tweak it a little bit for your pre-K kiddo, and you don't know how to do that, ask me and I will definitely help you with that. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off here now. So thank you for listening.